The visitors will get this game uncomfortable with that early pickup. How good is his distribution earlier on here? Not quite the quality he was hoping for. Daniel Morgan, so far. Here's Lenkies, the space and the movement here on this near side from Dalen Klaassen. Interesting in watching Klaassen operating out wide in the wing-back position.
If you look at Twala as well on this right-hand side, but he's the type of player as well for Chipa who will switch position and operate on the left-hand side.
Really poor. Squad is what about on and beyond that halfway line for the time being. They had 10 on the field, now joined by Gregory Damons, who's come in outside of your picture to make it a full complement of 11 players on the field. The names that have come into the squad, Eric Tinkler has certainly looked to refresh things.
Well, they don't want to have a situation which they had last season, having to survive relegation, went as far as the playoffs. They've got to
alongside Shandu and Ofori. Tana Kulu as well has been there for a good number of seasons now. On the ball here is Rushine De Reuck, who had the double-heading situation against Mamelodi Sundowns, if you will, where at first it was Langerman that wanted it a bit earlier in behind that defense. Chance gonna begging though. Damon's with the early ball. Got up well to Rulani Manzini, but there was a lot to do in generating power and direct. Jangasi looking to take control of midfield, sitting just in front of that back four.
He's a player that I also think is beginning to enjoy his football. Kutumela, based on the role that he's playing. Now he's got Jeremy Brockie leading that front line.
Got good presence in physical.
In time.
Here is Twala. Especially on this near side, runners to include the combination of Rachali and Kurt Lenkies, both of them equally as disappointed at the...
When you go down the line, you need to have some options. When you're supposed to be bringing the crosses, you need to have the options. And I don't think they gave the options. Maritzburg for him, so he's got the freedom to make the runs.
Liking the who've had a good start to this game. The two deep-lying midfielders combining very well with the central defenders. Eric Tinkler speaking to Pumlani Msibi, saying he'll be happy with points, and at this point doesn't come in being the side that settled the quickest. It's looked good on the eye.
Well, when you talk to the GM, Quinton, he talks about the chances that they've created in one of the games where...
Would seem only a matter of time before they should begin their turnaround, and the feeling when you look out into the stands is that the home support may very well feel that is the case. They haven't turned their back on the side. Good turnout here for Friday evening.
It's always a good outing on a Friday here in Maritzburg. But you talk up...
Still, Changase. There is Samuel. There is Brockie! Oh! Pinyam winning the duel between the two.
It's him, the captain, with fine save. Two shots that he has saved, the penalty and that.
De Reuck looking to turn and shoots. Lenkies looking to kickstart the counter-attack.
Tile area, he should have hit the target. Jeremy has hit the target twice, hasn't scored though. Now we are waiting Rulani Mokwena. Or Rulani Manzini, in fact.
Manzini, yeah. Twala's had the Tertius Malepe and friends in defense. Stretched on both sides and straight down the middle. Losing almost departmentally here in all areas of the field.
Do that.
Mashaba. Nice to see him.
It was against Bidvest Vets. He was at Amazulu then, and they're playing at Kingsville Etini Stadium. Killed the ball with some power against Bit.
There is Klassen again. Looking very well balanced, Maritzburg United. De Reuck back across in search of Braki. Gudumela. That was beautifully taken away from him.
He's actually punished Orlando Pirates more. He's punished the same team that he's playing for, Maritzburg, on this very ground. And he was playing for Supersport at the time, Jeremy Brockie.
Against Sundowns, the one phrase that came to mind where De Reuck was concerned was man down. There he is with the long ball forward in search of Braki. Service Braki's getting from the likes of Kutumela, Morgan out wide, Kunen as well. Man from Christchurch with 100% on target in his efforts here today. From the middle of the park, he's also getting good work being put in by New Zealand. His business is goals. Scored in the Champions League. He scored in the Telkom Knockout, 3 goals. The Nedbank Cup, 7. MTN 8-4.
And they started planning for him. They started understanding his strength and how he destroys the opponents in terms of the runs that he makes.
Very impressed with Morgan. And how beautiful it's been on the alley. Those words from Eric Tinker to Pumlani Msibi seem to have worked out in an opposite fashion with how it's turned out with just a general player on the field. So what's about playing ugly and getting...
By the GM, he says, no, I don't want the job. And an hour later he calls and says, I'll take it. And he's here, and he's actually managed to save them, to be back in the to stay in the PSL. Now he's got a job to make sure that, again, they go and play in the top 8.
In the battle of the Uniteds here, it's Maritzburg that lead chipper in the minutes leading up to half-time. Now needing to keep this lead and keep that discipline. At the very least, at Maritzburg United. But Morgan involved in the build-up to that goal as well with a key pass.
You can't say that guy is your guy. So Mina was blind.
Until I showed you.
On the left-hand side. The attack, the strength, the dominance with Kunene.
Why is usage of the... Again, applaud the defensive effort in trying to...
Great atmosphere. High tempo game.
From Happy Patrick Dinyam, I've only ever remember him being that angry on one occasion out in Bloemfontein, where he took it out on a teammate as well, but the signs weren't too encouraging from a chipper point of view.
And they didn't. And you can understand the frustration. I think all of it, it's done in good spirit. He's a winner. He wants to win all the time.
Again with the turn in, but the decision had gone with Chipper United to the frustration.
I've seen him travel, and we know what he can do. Went to Sundowns.
Early ball in, and there's a chance for Manzini.
And this is where you want to have Cat Lenkis.
Her body language says a lot. As captain, he is far from happy as a leader as well. So, 2 changes now at Maritzburg. Here's a 4th change with Jangasim.
Likes of Trot Mulatto, they have been to Brazil to learn the trade, the coaching.
Farouk.
Yeah.
Nice from De Reuck.
Like his first touch. I like how he creates space for himself and suddenly get there and gets the supplies. Got good first touch. It shows confidence and starting to believe in himself.
Good ball. Lovely ball by De Reuck. Now they are finding those openings. This Chipper United group to have qualified for ABSA Premiership football when they're still playing the club football in Cape Town. Philippi Stadium.
I was lucky enough to have done
that
game where they graduated.
That was a lovely turnout in Philippi.
That's a good turnout.
We were talking about that on the way here, actually. Sangweni under pressure was hoping for the
crucial. You'd expect Chipper United to come out with all guns blazing, but they're still retaining the numbers, defending with 5 players. See it as a coach, but the last thing he wants is for players to be on Jeremy Brockie's case, because it doesn't help him.
That's a good ball
from Twala.
Two very different types of Mancinis on the field right now, combining in Lerato, who expected the ball back.
The way he's so effective, we haven't seen Gregory Damon making the runs going forward. He's focused more on defensive duties this evening, Gregory Damon.
As we're still jamming with the undershores being popular. Ball over the top here. Now, is that a shot from behind from Morgan? He is very quick to defend his case, and maybe a card kind, isn't it?
It's very, very unkind. We know what he can do, but when you're alone in terms of confidence,
his debut,
yeah, it can be frustrating for you.
I mean, again, there's
shots on target. It's good for your confidence, but there's always demands from the fans.
Also, there's the link-up play where the ball gets lost and the frustration builds. Not necessarily a spring chicken out there, but he's at the perfect age to still build onto that career for a good number of years, 10 or so.
Well, there was a point where I think he was linked to a couple of...
Mzigaisa Mashaba. Can't help but feel we haven't seen enough of Mzigaisa Mashaba, who's now 30 years of age, Brian, over the...
That's a beautiful 10.
Mashaba in the battles, started off his career with Platinum Stars Reserve. For Eric Tinkler's side, can play as a left winger, right winger, as well as a centre forward. Formerly with Caps United, also played for Highlanders and Masvingo United.
What I was talking about. Game management, they can't have about 5 touches, they can't retain the ball longer.
Well, what I'm enjoying here is that they are needed in helping Maritzburg United defend just the one goal they lead by. One goal can change a lot here. Mignani shuts off a challenge. Gets to the back. Rahad. Enjoy the fact that they won it so high up the field and be disappointed at the fact that they couldn't hold on to it for long enough. Here they are with it at their feet again in the right areas. Good man, good game. In Klopta.
Played right back, got moved to centre back, created space for Sachuayo, who played right back, and Amoksin Etugrao. On a Friday.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
The community know the Joburg, the way they come out. The Rainbow Nation is nicely represented as well.
Yes.
Postburg is not too far away. Vets, of course.
Jugarei Kulu Stadium. Stellenbosch, right?
Yes, sir.
Ziyabuya Bafrit.
Rachale Rachel.